Hi, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do print-to-cut, captions, and sentiments while using Cricut Design Space. Now, the first thing that I want to do is upload my design. So I'm going to go over here to the left here and click the upload link, and then the upload image button, and browse. Now for this example, I am going to use one of Dreaming Tree's freebies, the gift tag. So I do need to go into the SVG folder. And you will notice to the right hand side here, I do have a directory called print to cut. In some earlier files, you may see that as titled Captions. So I'm going to go ahead into this folder. And again, you will see print to cut. But like I said, you may see this as Captions in earlier files. Now we are going to want to use the SVG version, so I'm going to click on that and click Open and Save. Now all I need to do is highlight it, and you can see that as highlighted because it has the green frame around it, and then go to the bottom right and Insert Images. So let me zoom in here so that we can see this a little better. So there's several different things now that I can do with this sentiment. Now, the easiest way is if you wanted this just to print and cut black and white, I could just select everything, click flatten, and flatten is going to tell Design Space to print anything inside this design and cut anything around the design. So if I click flatten, you'll see over here on the right hand panel that changes to cut and print. Some things to keep in mind are that if you're using a Cricut Maker, Cricut Maker allows you to use colored paper. So at this point, all we would need to do is click the Make It button, and you'll see that your registration marks are here. You're not going to see the outline of the starburst because that is what is actually going to cut out from your cardstock. But you will see the to and from is there, and that is what will be printed. So if I click continue, you'll see that it is going to ask me to send to my printer. If I click send to the printer, my dialog box opens. I can select my printer settings and click print. So say that you're using an Explore machine. Well, Explore machines require you to use white paper. So let me show you. Let's get back to this original screen here, and I will undo this. So let's say you wanted this image to be in color, but you're using an Explore machine. Well, that's really easy to do too. So if we select our starburst over here in the Layers panel, and we change the fill to print, we can now change the color to what we'd like it to be. So in this example now, it is purple, and I will also show you that you can also change the text by doing the same exact thing. And again, like what I showed you in the last example, if you select everything and click flatten, we can go ahead and send it to Make It, and you'll see this is a preview of what your printer will print out. Again, if I clicked continue, it would ask us to send a printer. I'd go ahead and click print. And now all I would need to do is follow the directions on Design Space. I would load my cardstock onto the mat, select my material, and go ahead and continue. So there's another thing that I wanted to show you that we could also do in Design Space. Now say you wanted the text to be drawn with your pen. Well, if I select that over in the right-hand side, you can see that it is highlighted gray in the Layers window, and you can see that it is selected by the rectangle around my sentiment, and you can verify that by turning off and on the eyeball in the Layers panel. If I go over here to the line type, which is at the top left, I can change that to draw. And so this is now telling Design Space that I want to use my pens and draw the sentiment. Now, in order to do that, I would need to select both layers. You can see both layers are selected in my Layers panel as everything is gray. And in this case, I want to go ahead and click Attach. So you'll see that the sentiment or text layer is now set to draw in my layers panel, and the starburst is set to cut. So if I click on Make It, you'll see that the first thing that's going to happen over here on the left is draw, and then it will go ahead and cut that outline. So the last thing that I wanted to show you is what if you wanted to use an alternative sentiment on this tag? Well, that's really easy too. So I'm going to select that layer, and then I just need to click on the delete button. I can go over here to my text tool, and I could say maybe happy birthday. Actually, let's make that 2 lines because it's going to be a little bit of a limited space on this design. Let's use our alignment tool and make that center. And we could scale this down. And so say you wanted that to say happy birthday. And now all we would need to do is follow the steps that I showed you earlier. You could either do a print and cut by selecting everything and clicking flatten. You can select the background and change the color to whichever color you would like. So if we wanted that to be the purple and we wanted the sentiment to be teal, we could go ahead and change the colors on that. All we would need to do now is select everything and click flatten. And you'll see now that that has turned into a print and cut. And if you did want it to draw, you could use your purple cardstock and then just change this layer up here in the top from cut to draw. And if you wanted to change the font, all you would need to do is come up here to the left to font, and you can change it to whatever you would like. And so that is a single line font here. It looks like it's called Adelaide, and it is a writing style font, and you can go ahead and play with the settings. And again, in order to use your pen and the draw feature, you will need to select everything, and in this example, click Attach. So I hope this was helpful and you learned how to use the print-to-cut captions and sentiments while using Dreaming Tree files. Thank you and have a great day.